In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up a weekly reviews database in Notion so you can track your progress, stay accountable, and actually see how your weeks are stacking up over time. Notion is incredibly flexible for this kind of personal workflow, and creating a dedicated database for your weekly review is the foundation for building a system that keeps you on top of your goals without the mental clutter. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. All right, the very first thing you need to do is create the home for your review history. This is the container that will hold every single week you review, so you can look back and see patterns, wins, and areas to improve. Head over to your Notion workspace and create a new page. You can do this by clicking the plus sign in the sidebar or by typing the / command wherever you're working. Give this page a clear, descriptive name, something like weekly review or weekly reviews, and make sure you create it as a full page, not an inline database, because you'll want room to add extra content or views later. Once the page is open, you'll start building the database itself. Type the / key, then type the word database, and you'll see a menu of options appear. For this setup, I recommend choosing either a list view or a table view. List view is clean and minimal, great for reading through entries quickly, while table view gives you a more spreadsheet-like feel where you can see all your properties side by side. Either one works, so pick the one that feels more intuitive for you. Name the database Weekly Reviews right there in the title bar. Now, by default, Notion will give you a column called Name. You'll want to rename that column to Week Of, because what you're actually tracking is the start date of each week. Double-click the column header, type Week Of, and hit Enter. This small rename makes it immediately clear what each entry represents when you're scrolling through months of data. Next, you'll want to add some properties that make this database actually useful for review and reflection. Click the plus sign to add a new property and choose Date. This date property is where you'll record the exact dates of the week you're reviewing, so you could set the start date to Monday and the end date to Sunday, for example. Having a proper date field means Notion can automatically sort entries chronologically, and you can use it in calendar views or filters later. After that, add another property and choose Checkbox. Name this one Completed. The completed checkbox is your secret weapon for quickly filtering out weeks you've actually finished versus weeks you've started but never closed out. You can set a database view to only show unchecked items if you're behind, or filter to show only completed weeks when you want to celebrate your streak. Simple, but incredibly powerful for staying accountable. Optionally, you can add a number property or even a roll-up property. If you want to track something like a weekly score or the number of completed tasks for the week, the number property lets you manually type in a value, like a rating out of 10 or a count of tasks you crossed off. A roll-up property is more advanced. It pulls data from another related database, like a tasks database, and can calculate averages or sums automatically. For now, if you're just starting out, I'd suggest using a simple number property called Weekly Score and giving yourself a rating each week based on how productive or balanced you felt. This gives you a quantifiable trend line over time without overwhelming you with complex formulas. Here's a best practice tip I've learned from building my own system. Don't overcomplicate the properties in the beginning. It's tempting to add 10 different fields, but that often leads to abandonment because the review process feels like a chore. Start with Week Of, date, completed, and maybe one number field. You can always add more properties later as your needs evolve. A common pitfall is making the date field optional. Don't do that. Always fill in the date because without it, your database won't sort properly, and you'll lose the ability to create a timeline view. that shows your progress across the year. Once your database is set up, take a moment to create your first entry. Click the New button in the top right of the database, type the current week's start date into the week of field, set the date range in the date property, leave the completed checkbox unchecked for now, and give yourself a placeholder score if you want. This first entry is your commitment to the process. From here, you can create different views of this database, like a calendar view to see your weeks visually spread across the months, or a gallery view if you want to attach a screenshot or image to each review. The beauty of Notion is that it's all built on the same data, so any view you add just shows the same entries in a different format. By now, you've created the home for your weekly reviews, and you're ready to start filling it in consistently. You've built a clean, functional database that captures what matters: the week, the dates, completion status, and a personal score. To recap what you just accomplished, you created a new page in Notion, turned it into a database using a list or table view, renamed the default name column to week of, and added date, checkbox, and a number property for tracking. The benefit here is huge. Instead of relying on memory or scattered notes, you now have a structured, searchable history of your weeks, which makes it infinitely easier to spot trends, celebrate progress, and course correct when you need to. As a next step, I challenge you to add a text property called 3 wins or lessons learned to each entry. Just jotting down a few sentences each week turns this database into a personal journal that you'll treasure months later. If you found this tutorial useful, hit that like button to help others find it, and consider dropping a comment with your favorite Notion database trick. I read every single one. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next video.